The biggest reason the Pink Queen is crashing out is because she's rapidly running out of luck, finances, and clout. Let's discuss. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. Hope you all are staying cool, coming collected out there. So you guys, I'm trying to get back into my groove and the swing of making videos, you guys. Like, I don't know why, but this past week I've just been feeling just completely out of alignment. And I think I speak for most YouTubers because I think collectively everybody on YouTube is tired. But anyways, all exhaustion aside, one person that is tired, or that I'm tired of, is Nicki Minaj constantly crashing out. Now, you guys, I wasn't going to talk about this, but I was like, you know what? Let's get back into the swing of things, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Y'all, the thing with Nicki Minaj, now, I will say a lot of people automatically think I'm a barb, you know. I'm a black gay man who wears pink, has a pink apartment, and loves Barbie. So people automatically think that I am a barb. Am I a barb? I can say that I have about like half of a leg into the fan base. To keep it real with you guys, I was a barb when I was like 16 or 17 years old when it was appropriate, but I will say for the most part, I do still love Nicki Minaj. I've always loved Nicki Minaj. I think she's immensely talented. I do think she's the queen of rap, even though that crown has gotten rusty. I love all of her albums, my favorites being The Pink Print and Pink Friday 2. Phenomenal, no skip. Well, there was a few skips on Pink Friday 2, but they were maybe towards the end. But I will say I love all of her bodies of work. I think she mainly shines when she's a feature artist, to be honest with you. But y'all, when it comes to Nicki Minaj, it's always hard for me to 100% put my support behind her because she always does something to mess it up. But here we are today, once again, Nicki Minaj is crashing out because she is currently having issues with Jay-Z, SZA, and also TDE, which stands for Top Dog Entertainment, which the main artists on that label are SZA and Kendrick Lamar, and now Doechii. Let's go ahead and get SZA and TDE out the way. So, Nicki and SZA always had like a good, like working, good industry relationship. Like, I will say for the most part, the R&B girls, well, for a good chunk of time, the R&B girls didn't really beef with Nicki Minaj like that. But her beef mainly started with TDE because Nicki was supposed to collaborate with SZA on a song a long time ago, and it fell through due to the owner of TDE by the name of Anthony, his last name I think is like Tiffith or whatever, or Tiffith. But the owner of TDE basically discarded Nicki, played her to the left, and low-key treated her as if she was not that girl anymore. So she was crashing out on Twitter on the owner of TDE, and then SZA kind of jumped in and sneak dissed a little bit. Not even really sneak diss, she kind of jumped in and put her 2 cents, but she didn't at Nicki Minaj. SZA and her quirky self, you know, she kind of came out and put out like a weird subliminal tweet saying Mercury's in retrograde, don't fall for the bait. Something to that effect. And Nicki just went all the way to the left. Now, Nicki said a lot, but the main thing that stood out to me was her body shaming SZA. Now, y'all, I'm annoyed when the BBL girls body shame other girls because you got that body because you had body dysmorphia. But then again, SZA's now a BBL girl. But my thing is, Nicki, you're body shaming SZA and you literally don't have the legs to stand on. Like Remy Ma once said, Nicki, you literally have a dumb ass. Like, that ass is being held up by 2 toothpicks. So you body shaming somebody is rich. And then transition over to her other current beef. She is now beefing with Big Dick Jay-Z. Now, she is beefing with Jay-Z because back in like 2021, Jay-Z ended up selling Tidal. If you guys don't remember, when Tidal was launched, a lot of different music artists put in like some money into Tidal to get that to where it needed to be. Jay-Z sold Tidal for about $302 million. Nicki Minaj had a 3% stake within Tidal. So that guaranteed her about a payout of like $9 million, which is a lot of money. It may not be that much money to them, but to the average Joe, that is a lot of fucking money. Now, if you sift through all the bullshit that she was saying, Nicki did say that she was offered a $1 million payout, which, to her credit, that is a huge slap in the face. However, girl, this happened way back in like 2021. why are we really just now ramping up heat about this whole entire situation? And my thing is, the way you are going in on Jay-Z, do you really think he is going to help you the way you have been going clean the fuck off on these Twitter streets? No ma'am. And speaking of Jay-Z, Beyonce is always going to be in close proximity. Like, if somebody has heat with Jay-Z, somehow Beyonce is going to catch a stray. And Nicki wants to diss Beyonce so bad. So bad. But real talk, she's been sneak dissing Beyonce for a minute now. Like, I'll never forget when she was on Doja Cat's Say So song, and when she was on the gay ass Tekashi 6ix9ine song called Truffle, or I forgot what, I think, not Truffle, Trolls, that was the name of the song with Tekashi 6ix9ine. When she was on that song, she literally said that real ass and keep your nigga home. That was a diss to Beyonce. Now, Nicki really knows what's up because she's not going to outwardly say Beyonce's name when she's like dissing her, because Miss Solange fired up that altar on her ass. But I will say that the reason why she wants to diss Beyonce is because I really feel like those two had a real friendship, but then you turn around and then you let your husband scam me. Like, I think that was Nicki Minaj's viewpoint. Now, are Nicki's issues with TDE and Jay-Z valid? Yes, they are. Cool. But however, girl, you're the pattern and you're the problem. If you guys have been following Nicki for years, she has beefed with almost every single one of her peers. Like, there's actually a long list of people that she is currently beefing with. On this list of people that she has beefed with Megan Thee Stallion, Cardi B, Doja Cat, Lotto, Iggy Azalea, Lil Kim, Remy Ma, Queen Latifah, Missy Elliott, Asian Doll, both the City Girls, Beyonce, SZA, Doechii, Coi Leray, Azalea Banks, now Jay-Z, Safari, Instagram, TikTok, Mariah Carey, Gucci Mane, Taylor Swift, Miley Cyrus, Demi Lovato, DL Meek Mill, Kanye West, Kylie Jenner, Kylie Jenner's daughter Stormi, Travis Scott, random Twitter stands, that porn star from 16 and Pregnant, Farrah Abram, the rapper Lakeith, the rapper Erica Banks, Young Baby Tay, Jason Lee, Wendy Williams, Ice Spice, Normani, Lady Gaga, Leanne, Summer Walker, Mariah Lynn, RZA, multiple fashion designers, Elon Musk, Roc Nation, Desiree Perez, Kanye West again, the Migos, all three members, and Drake. Now, did Nicki start all of those beefs? No. But did she start a good chunk of them? Yes. So the thing is, girl, you should be at the better half of your career. Like, you should be at a point where you're just putting out music just for the fuck of it and for the fun of it. But you are literally crashing out now, girl, because low-key, that money and clout is running out. See, when you're a celebrity, you get further in that lane in the entertainment industry by being like Nicki Minaj. Even though I like you, you are not a likable person. You have a very insufferable personality. You're extremely narcissistic. And instead of elevating your younger peers, you are beefing with them like they're on your level. Like Nicki Minaj always said, all these bitches are my sons. Yes, they are your sons. They could be your sons. That's how old you are in comparison to them. But you act like you're 12 years old beefing with these girls. Now, y'all, I don't think Nicki Minaj is just full on going broke. Like, I don't think her money's just like out. But I will say, girl, you extended that last tour of yours because allegedly that tour was meant for you to pay off debt. Like, that's what it gave. I mean, granted, she made a good chunk of change from that tour, but the bigger your life is and that lifestyle that you're living, the more you gotta shell out to obtain that lifestyle. Especially with the fact that you have a husband that cannot get a job anywhere, and then you also, like I said, for the longest time, she is not pivoted into something that is more like sustainable and elevated. Like, for example, Rihanna with Fenty Beauty. Like, I've been saying for the longest time that Nicki Minaj, yeah, you could keep your rap career, but you need a business that is going to generate you income in your sleep. And now, sadly, she's scrambling to do that, especially with the fact that that shoe line did not hit the way she thought it would. Y'all, I'll never forget, I almost got a pair of those ugly shoes. I just wanted to support, and like one of them at least looked cute to me. But like even somebody in my comment section was like, bitch, don't get those ugly ass shoes. But y'all, I'll never forget, I signed up to be notified for those shoes to drop, and they dropped, and then they just kept sending me coupons. coupons. They kept sending me coupons. Like, they would act like the shoes were sold out, but then they would be restocked every 2 weeks. And when they would restock, they'd be like, oh, take 20% off. Oh, take 30% off. Oh, take 40% off. And Nicki, to keep it all the way real, the biggest reason you are crashing out is because you are slowly getting that karma for the way you treated Lil' Kim when you came up in the industry. Y'all, we gotta keep it real. When she came up in the industry, she wanted to be one of one. She wanted to be the only one. She wanted to be the only female rapper in the game. And her biggest mission when she came into the game was to take out Lil' Kim. Now, Lil' Kim was actually excited Nicki Minaj was coming around. Like Lil' Kim loved Nicki Minaj in the beginning. But I'll never forget when they met face to face. I think it was at Diddy's son Justin Combs' birthday party. I remember Justin Combs' Sweet 16 when he had Nicki Minaj as his date. I believe that's where Nicki Minaj and Lil' Kim met face to face. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's when they first came and met each other in person, and Nicki Minaj, quote unquote, gave her ass to kiss to Lil' Kim. And the industry completely discarded Lil' Kim and they propped up Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj was doing the damn thing on her own for 10 years, but then out of nowhere came Cardi B, then Megan Thee Stallion, then the City Girls, and then it just became a plethora of all of her sons trying to take her spot. Or most of them were propped up to take her spot. Now, to Nicki's credit, during that time, she really held her ground. It looked like things were on the decline, but she popped right back up, and now she's kind of on a flat line. Like I said, I love her last album. I do. A lot of people, I don't know why, a lot of people shitted on Pink Friday too, but I think a lot of people shitted on it was because from Nicki, they wanted something new. They wanted something fresh, and it kind of gave to them a little bit more of the same. But Nicki survived that wave of female rappers. Like, she was able to escape her karma when that wave of female rappers came in, but now you have the likes of Glorilla and Doechii really out here doing the damn thing. And Nicki Minaj even shaded Doechii about her losing 30 million listeners on Spotify or on the charts or whatever, and I'm just like, girl, Doechii could be your son. But you know what? Since I put Nicki Minaj down, I'm going to lift her up because I do this with artists that I care about. Nicki Minaj, you're good for going on hiatuses. Go on another hiatus. Y'all, Nicki truly shines when she is making really good music. She needs to focus on her next album, and this next album needs to be her last album. This album, she needs to put her heart and soul into all of it. She needs to just put every single thing that she is going through into this album. And it needs to come from the point of view of a grown-ass woman. Because, Nicki, the thing with you is that you have been acting like you were 17 years old for the past 30 years now, girl. And we're sick of it. The thing with the Barbs are almost like MAGA. And not they're crazy like MAGA, but it's almost like a cult. It's almost like a cult. And it's like a fan base that enables her. And I feel like they have never let her grow up. The Barbs are literally Nicki Minaj's echo chamber, and within that echo chamber, she has not been able to grow. Cause she still literally acts like she's Regina George in high school, and y'all were sick of it. I was a fan of hers when I was 16, 17 years old. Bitch, I'm 32 now. When are you going to grow up, girl? You also need to ditch that husband. That husband is keeping you from any forward movement in your life, girl. You're never going to work with a very high standing, very high value brand or company with that man attached to your name. Kenneth Petty is literally her biggest liability, not an asset. He is a liability that's keeping her from accruing new assets. And overall, girl, you need to stop beefing with people that you could be mentoring. If you really wanted to own this female rap lane, girl, you literally could have had all of these girls up under your label. Nicki really could have made her pimp card shine had she would have signed all of these girls that she's beefing with. That would have been a big dick boss move. But girl, you're too focused and too jealous of these girls that are younger than you, that are currently doing better than you, to a point where you couldn't even see the bigger picture. But overall, you guys, I want the best for Nicki, but her energy is just too stuck and just too fixed to change. I don't think she even sees that her demise is coming if she doesn't pivot real quick. But that's all I have to give. What do you guys think about this video and this whole entire situation with Nicki Minaj literally beefing with anybody and everybody? Let me know how you guys feel. Those are my views. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna come back at you guys with some more content.